Hey, what's up guys? Weekly Light here, and today I'm going to be going over the new update for Pit People called Vibrant Villains. So this is update 4, and it will be released for Xbox One and for Steam on June 22nd, 2017. The developers claim that this update will provide at least 5 hours of extra gameplay, and it will include 15 new side missions along with 2 new series of side quests that will be offered from the city. There will also be an expansion of the core story, which is something that a lot of people have been looking for. There will also be a lot of quality of life improvements to a lot of the activities that happen inside of the castle, such as the market or the pit. The Behemoth will be live streaming on June 19th from 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time if you are interested in getting a sneak preview of the update. Okay, so now I'll be going over the full change list. You can find this at blog.thebehemoth.com/2017/06/12/pitpeople update 4 release date. I will also try to put the link in the description down below if you want to follow along, or if you would rather just read it instead of having someone read it to you. I will also be providing my opinions on each change if you are interested in that. Okay, so stories are main focused in Pit People Update 4 Vibrant Villains, but we also have other additional content and improvements throughout. Below are the changes you'll find within Update 4 Vibrant Villains. Items apply to both Steam and Xbox One unless otherwise specified. So that's good that they're keeping both consoles updated at the same rate, unlike other games where the PC version gets sort of left behind. Okay, so major content. 2 new story quests added, pick up where you left off. So this is great. This is what everyone's been asking for, because one of the lacking parts of this game is how short the story is. You pretty much just beat up the Helmidor, and then you sort of just left off there. That's probably like 2 story quests, so it's probably going to be a pretty big expansion to the story. Okay, next up is 1 new world map that holds 15 new bonus missions added. So this is good for those people who actually like to do the side missions, and for those who like to explore. This will probably also mean another one of those events with the 6 switches and whatnot. So that's something new to look for those who like to look for that. 2 new multi-part side quests available from the City Gate. So this was talked about earlier. And so this will be like the Fireman quest or the cupcake quest or whatnot. Alright, now for the quality of life changes. So more varied world map teams. So I guess that's better. I felt like there were way too many humans before. So hopefully they lowered the amount of humans in the world map. More varied and slightly tweaked unfair challenge / PvP levels. So I guess they're balancing it, or they could mean more varied as in more varied levels as in actually like different like floors. So like not just the barrel and spike levels. Creature types each have custom clickable locations in the House Paper Doll menu. I have no clue what that means. Leave a comment down below if you know what the House Paper Doll menu is. I'm thinking that's where you get to like choose your fighters, but that's sorted already, so I don't know why we would have creature types there. So Mr. Whisper's location now shows on your survival guides map. I believe Mr. Whispers is that NPC that looks like a stark white Trojan guy who gives you weird side quests. I might be wrong though. And the market now displays how many of an item each player owns. I guess that's helpful. I never really buy items from the market. So added a new daily task that can be completed alone. Now this is really nice because my big problem with the Emperor's Orders were a lot of times it asked you to do things like with another person. And I don't have a lot of friends that play this game, so it'll be nice that I can actually complete stuff alone. And then, oh, this is the big one. No more needing to remove items. Items can be equipped on fighters that were previously being occupied on other fighters. This will strip the previous fighter of the item being applied to the new fighter in order to allow the change. So this is actually super helpful because now you don't have to like swap back to your old character and remove the item before putting on the item again on your other character. So that saves you a couple clicks. Daily rewards prompts can now be turned off in options. So that's good because it sort of wastes some time seeing your rewards, but I like to see them, so I probably won't turn that off. Always allow comm icon has been moved to gameplay settings rather than online settings. So I thought the location of this button was weird, first off, and I actually didn't know it existed in the online settings, so I'm glad they're moving it to gameplay settings instead, because that's where I was looking for it earlier. New items added, that's always good. More items, more variety, more balance, that's all good. So new fighter names added. I felt like there were plenty of fighter names, but more fighter names can't hurt. Hopefully they add more of the colorful text and the pretty text ones, because those are always nice to have. So PvP changes. Auto Battler can now be allowed/disallowed from PvP sessions via the space phone. Players will not find each other if they each have the opposite setting. So this is good if you want to play people who aren't using Auto Battler, but I find most people don't use Auto Battler anyway for the online. Button prompt added in PvP lobby to invite players. So I think the lobby system in this game could use some improvements, so any improvement's good, I guess. Players who have been muted are now remembered to be muted until you choose to unmute them. Oh, that's actually a good change. I've never muted anyone, but I could see how that gets annoying, because they could leave and come back and annoy you even more. Let's see. PvP battles now yield loot for 6 fights every 24 hours. Pit points are left unchanged from Update 3. Huh. I don't really know what that means. Loot for every 6 fights there. Oh, so I guess that's putting an upper limit on how much loot you can get? I don't see why that's a necessary change. I don't know if people were abusing the system or if they felt the system wasn't rewarding enough. Okay. Expanded search, aka global search, is on by default. Old profiles will still have this off by default. You can change this from our online settings option within the game. So this will be good for finding lobbies because of how small the player base is. So balance now. Insane mode is significantly more insane. Oh, that's not good. Insane mode, I felt like the rewards for insane mode weren't very good to start with, so I wish they also boosted the loot. Let's see, rare names are significantly more rare. Oh, I guess it's sort of nice, but I wouldn't mind having some of those rare names. Okay, balance changes to Electrobots, Pixies, Gnomes, Crispatron, Flattener, Fatal Friar, Basic Board, Boom Broom, Clunky, Incorrect, Croquet, the Belt, Double Uzi, and Curveball. Oh man, those are some popular stuff. Yeah, Electrobots, Pixies, and Gnomes are probably getting a little rampant. I don't know if they're buffing or nerfing them. But the Double Uzi, it's a little sad to see that get changed. I thought it was fun. Functional changes. Gnome Wrench throw reduced by 1 range. Gnome Fling is now 100% accurate. Crispotron can now potentially light the ground on fire. Okay. So the Gnome's more close range now, but at least the Fling is accurate. I hated how inaccurate the Fling was. So I think that's a good buff in favor of the Gnome. Unfair Challenge only yields loot for 6 successful fights every 24 hours. Pit points and XP are left unchanged from Update 3. Yeah, so it seems like, I guess, there was abuse of people just auto-battling and running Unfair Challenge or the Pit for endlessly. So I guess now it caps off at 6, but I've never once played more than 6 fights in 24 hours. Okay, so now on to code. So code seems to be just bug fixes. Some bugs related to the icons and percentages shown for equipment in the house have been fixed. There is now an Emperor's order to kill fighters of specific types. Oh, I guess that's just a general change then. Troll minis and snakes now plan more quickly. Oh, that's good. I guess it could take a while. Replay names are friendlier now. I guess that's just a UI update, maybe? Friendlier is an odd choice of words. I guess it's just easier to read or something. There is now an option to reset various settings to default values. I guess that's good. Usually you change your settings how you like them, but I guess if you want to go default, then sure. Some bugs related to text chat scrolling have been fixed. I didn't even know there's text chat scrolling. Audio problems that occurred with too many instances of one sound have been fixed. Italics and bold text have been added. Oh, that's nice. Players are now informed when they reach maximum number of fighters. Oh, that's when I guess you fill out your entire, like, roster thing, but I don't think many people will reach that. A bug that prevented an online session from being joined after leaving a prior session has been fixed. Oh, that's good. A bug that caused half-slot fighters to appear to level up incorrectly was fixed. I guess that's good. In a single-player game, the wagon driver can now move the aiming cursor with the right analog stick. Oh, that's actually great. Instead of just like it's shooting arbitrarily at one enemy, now you can actually choose what enemy to shoot. A bug that caused gnomes to fail to attack multi-hex targets in some cases has been fixed. Oh, that's good. So I guess that's another buff for the gnomes. Tooltips have been added to the settings menu. Yeah, I guess that's good. And doesn't seem like a major change, but I guess that's good for quality of life. Steam. Okay, so this is just for Steam then. The Steam controller is now supportive natively. I don't know who would use the Steam controller. Like, I mean, that thing's like a piece of garbage. Steam. In battle, fighters can be selected with the left mouse button and given an order with the right mouse button. That's good. That seems to be really helpful. Steam on the world map, clicking on a hex will cause the wagon to move towards that hex. Oh, that's also another great change. I say I support that. And then here's the Xbox One change. Guest users now receive the correct items when picking up items in the world map. Oh, okay, that seems good. So it seems like a lot of the code stuff was just quality of life improvements. So overall, I have to say I'm pretty impressed by the update. And I hope that the story missions will be very fun, because that's probably the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to be trying to play through the story missions. So thank you for listening to this video. And yeah, don't forget to check out my other videos, or the team comp guides, or the character guides. So see you next week.